Thanks. Will I will say hello. Turn on camera. Hi. All right, hold on. Okay. So, oh, there we go. Okay. So, hi guys. Just before, like moments before we went live, I thought, why don't I look at another template for me to use? Stupidly, like 3 minutes to go live. Like, you haven't set any of that up, but click on them. Click. And it just it deactivated all my shit on this one, which actually has been set up. So I apologize ahead of time for that. I don't know what other problems that will create for us. I'm very mad at myself for doing that. I said it the second this is a dumb idea, This is a dumb idea. Um, I hope you're all doing well today. Lisa B is sore, but whatever. I do need to get it together, William. I really fucking do. I wish I knew how. I can't even do my eyebrows the same, for God's sakes. What I've actually figured out now, because I look at myself a lot, which I always did, but now I have like video record of it. See this eyebrow? It's got movement ability. It's been trained. And you can actually see how this eye is drooping more than this eye. I'm gonna need Botox one side. I'm gonna need just a one Botox right on this one, right here. So that we can that would be the we're gonna watch some Bond Court. I had something else queued up, and then I was just not feeling it. I was just really wanting to get Judge Nagel to make me feel better today. I wanted to go on a date with him, but I don't want to have to get arrested, so this is the only way we can do that. Ain't no one looking at my eyes. I'm not even, although this shirt is see through. If y'all were here, you could see through it, but I guess it's like totally mesh. It's mesh. No, I know I look fine, Vicky. Thank you very much. It's just like what I've realized is when I was a child, I went like this and I taught myself how to do like raise one eyebrow, but I had forgot this side. So the lesson actually is teach both eyebrows how to raise individually. Also, I try really hard not to. I'll do this for you guys now, but um this is what scares people a lot. You can't really see it in the lighting, but like I can really furrow my brow and do angry face. I can do a lot of tricks. Court. That's what we're doing next. Court is what we're doing next. Tin Man, if you got on my OnlyFans, let me know, because I haven't got on there yet. They're still denying me. They're like, lady, you're AI. No, I didn't say that. But you know, one fun, silly trick I can do usually is drive from a party because I don't usually drink. That's a fun trick. Oh, good. That's stayed there. Oh, are you fucking kidding? It's like people have a fucking meter to when I go online and they're like, oh, it's 6 All right, let's get this playing and then I'll answer that.
All right, we're up and running. Got it. All right, Mr. Pham. Hello, sir. All right. Looks like we got everybody here, so let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Clayton County Magistrate Court.
I'll sum it up for you. We're going to skip his little thing. Don't ask for an OR bond. He won't give it to you. Don't talk because this is not the time to talk. This is the time for an informative hearing, and Judge Nagel is going to inform y'all of what that means. And we're even going to go so far as to skip the interpreters. 30 minutes. You just cut 30 minutes off that docket. Hi, Credence and Mikey. Hi, Courtney. Well, Courtney's been here. Loud Elvis. Dana. Where's your din, Ron? I don't know. Who's making your dinner? That's the question you have to ask. I know, Sashina, you love them. I get embarrassed that I failed Spanish so much. Also, Sashina, I felt so bad as soon as I realized I was like, I didn't do the heist thing yet. It's so bad.
Oh, an attorney or what else?
Or I can review your application for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
The court attorney.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, I will do that for you, Miss Arnold. Do you have any questions about this?
Why is my tires? They're probably a little flat, but why is that so? What was the big deal about that?
Well,
I know my right side of my tire is stripping, is flat. Like I went to Precision Auto Tune and they told me that.
yeah, so, look, I don't see this particular charge very much, but there are restrictions on how low the tread can get on your tire. So unfortunately, not knowing the law is not an excuse for breaking it, but look, discuss it with your lawyer when you get there and y'all just strategize on how to best address this later on down the road, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
4,000.
Yes, ma'am, that's right.
Okay.
Okay, all right, good luck to you.
Flusha?
All right. This is Miss Bowden, correct? Okay. We spoke yesterday, and I have your paperwork here. Give me just a moment. All right, Miss Bowden, I've got to go over some.
Man, I wish Larry Beaver was here to help with the workload, or some guys in the truck or something like that. That would be helpful. She's a maker. Welcome. Don't worry, you're not even late. First of all, I think if we look back on all the lives that I do, the percentage that I start court before the 10-minute mark is small. We're just going to say it's small. And yet we're just crossing the 10-minute mark now, and we've already started court. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Also, I think we should do some F in the chats for Mikey making 20K. They got to 20K subs. And I don't care if he thinks he needs a bigger buffer. I'm saying congratulations, F in the chat for 20K for Credence and Mikey. And you know that they are dear friends of mine. I even signed into the old account and posted something on it just for that. So congrats, F in the chat. Nobody's in the chat. Listen to me, guys. Do it for one. No, I'm just William, yeah, usually I'm doing something off camera that they don't want me to do on camera. At least on this website. 20K times 10K is 200K. Sashina's a teacher, so we're going to believe her. But if that is like you're talking about Fernando, I bet, William. Anyways, if that is a future prediction, I 100p agree. Even though I didn't pass math. Monday 20K party? Yay! That's exciting. I wanted to get you a gift, Mikey. Well, I'm still gonna keep it a secret, actually. Because I might still be able to do it.
Special instructions just for you because your case is different than everyone else's, okay? So give me just a second here. Okay. I believe we're dealing with, what are we dealing with? Okay. All right. I'm going to read this and you just pay attention and listen very carefully, all right? A fugitive warrant has been issued for your arrest. You do not have charges.
Oh, these are the fun ones. Let's pick the state. Okay? Last time I got one right. There was two guys. I got one right, one wrong. It was Florida. Was it Tennessee? Allie B was here. She's good, by the way. So, okay, where are we thinking that she is a fugitive from? Remember, we're in Georgia. I'm going to say Alabama. I'm going with Alabama. Oh, Missouri is just screaming at me. Mississippi, I see from Courtney. Louisiana from She's a Maker. Seriously, I got so excited the last time when we did this game. Mikey, you shouldn't be humble. You should be very proud that you've accomplished what you've accomplished. Your channel is awesome. And, well, I tout it all the time. Okay, so Sheena's saying Oregon. Grammy is saying Wyoming. Lisa, Texas? You think so? Okay. Anybody else want to get their guesses in as to where? Hi, Beverly. How were your video games last night? Was that last night? Yeah, it was. At 11 o'clock, Eastern. Beverly goes to play video games usually. Which is, I totally get that. I like video games too. So, nobody said the F word. I know. Vicky, I'm saying Alabama too, but nobody said Florida. And Grammy's saying Illinois? All right. I'm glad to hear that, Beverly. Okay is better than shit, right? Florida from Beverly.
Is pending against you here in Clayton County. You have been brought to court today because you have charges pending against you in South Carolina. And that state is requesting that you are returned to answer for the charges of.
I 1000% thought that and thought that's not gonna be. Oh my god. Okay. That's fun. I love this game. What should we call this game? The Fugitive Games.
Non-support of a parent. Okay. In accordance with the laws of the state of Georgia, you are brought before me for an explanation of this proceeding. You have the right to contest the legality of this warrant and all extradition proceedings. Or you may waive your right to extradition proceedings and voluntarily return requesting your detention. Before you inform me of whether or not you wish to waive extradition, let me explain to you the following rights. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. If you desire to contest the legality of this extradition proceeding, then you must file or have filed on your behalf a writ of habeas corpus. You will be allowed a reasonable amount of time to file such writ. You may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition. The writ of habeas corpus can only contest the following things: whether extradition documents are in order on their face, whether you are charged with a crime in the demanding state, which would be South Carolina, whether you are the person named in the request for extradition.
Sorry, William, that's not controversial here. If somebody wants to transition their gender, we're cool with that. So there's actually nothing controversial about it. Unless you don't like that. And then probably me and you have a problem. But that's okay. As long as you keep your mouth shut about it. No, but seriously, I don't give a fuck. I'd be more concerned if my daughter was doing other things. You know? Plus, where's my fan? I have a pan fan because I am pansexual, which means that I don't see gender. I see people. And I fuck people that I like to fuck.
And whether you are in fact a fugitive. You cannot contest the issue of your guilt or innocence in this state. You are entitled to the advice of counsel in deciding whether to contest or waive extradition if you so desire. If you waive extradition, the state of South Carolina will have 30 days to come and get you. If South Carolina has not picked you up in 30 days, you will be released, okay? Give me one.
I do that sad face too, girl. I think that's such a good point, Sashina. Also, William, if you're trying to get me
All right.
canceled, I got
If you waive
canceled.
extradition, the state of South Carolina will have 30 days to come and get you. If South Carolina has not picked you up in 30 days, you will be released. Okay? So if you waive and they don't come get you in 30 days, you're free to go. If you contest, meaning that you're challenging extradition, and the state is unable to extradite you within 30 days, you may be committed to the county jail for an additional 60 days awaiting your extradition, okay? So if you waive it, they'll either come and get you within 30 days or you're free. If you contest it, it may take up to 90 days for that situation to play out, okay? Now, do you wish to waive extradition and be returned to South Carolina, or do you wish to have formal extradition proceedings?
No, I'm gonna waive it. They can come.
Okay. All right. If you're waiving, are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Freely.
Meaning,
Um,
is anyone making you say that you want to waive it? Okay. All right. Do you have the paperwork there with you that you need to sign?
just
Yes, there should be about 5 or 6 copies of that. What you'll do is you'll sign that and give it to the deputies. They will scan it and email it back to me, and then I'll sign it, and then submit it back to them. So it's, you've got to sign it, send it, I've got to sign it and send it, and then that will get the clock ticking for you, okay?
okay, that'd be 30 days.
They need a fax machine for this procedure. No, and William, I do know you're full of shit. You guys must know by now, I do encourage people to come in here and be mean to me for fun. And William is always trying to get a rise out of me. It never works, but it's fun for him to try. He always complains about not being able to watch me until his wife's asleep, which is sad for you. But that's okay, William. It's okay if you have to sneak me in later.
Okay.
Um,
Or from when I first
That's a very good question. I don't know the answer to that. I don't want to tell you wrong. I'm going to also appoint a public defender in your case, just so there's somebody on there. The preliminary hearing date would be on April the 26th, which falls within that 30 days. So I'm going to appoint a public defender for you. And then if they haven't come and get you by the 26th, then you'll at least be seeing a lawyer. Okay.
All right, so my question is South Carolina saying that they want me or they're not saying it?
According to the information that
South Carolina wants you, baby. Courtney, or not Courtney, sorry, Sashina, when I used to work for AT&T so long ago, first of all, Americans, y'all already have great phone plans. You can just stop complaining. I pay so much for my cell phone plan, and it includes virtually nothing. But I would assume it would be included. Also, who are you trying to call in Canada? Are you trying to call me? Because Discord is great for calling people all over the world. If you guys didn't know that, you can do voice and video calls via Discord for free.
we have, they say that they want you. Now, they may tell you otherwise, okay? So that's just the belief that we
Fernando's
have,
still
but
dressed from the other
maybe
night.
they don't come and get you within 30 days.
$80 a month for 2 lines? Free long distance? Ugh. Oh my god. You guys. Oh, I feel sick. I've paid one time I literally got an $800 cell phone bill that I ended up having to pay. Oh, that was a bad month.
Days, and if you don't have anything else, you should be released. All right. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you.
Sign those and let me get them.
Oh,
back.
fine, all of them?
All of them, correct.
Yes, all of them.
Next.
Jessica.
You're fine. Let's say the first and last name.
Jessica Hasselberg.
All right, ma'am. Oh, okay, hold on. All right, Ms. Hasselbrook, you are charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, which is a felony, 1 count of armed robbery, which is a felony, and 1 count of hijacking a motor vehicle, which is a felony. I'm not going to grant a bond at this time on any of those charges. Your next court appearance is going to be on April the 20th.
I would just like to point out that OnlyFans is definitely not just for people that are unmarried. In fact, I personally think that's a great sign of a healthy marriage. If you guys share your OnlyFans, like, oh my god, this is who I'm an OnlyFan of, that to me says, love, I love you so much, I respect you and your kinks, and I won't shame you for them, and even if I can't help you with them, I won't make you feel embarrassed of them. That's love. You guys, please remember that Fernando came in the mail in a clear package to the post office with his face up and just his fleshy body underneath. The postal workers know this about me. He sat there for a while. Anyways, but yeah. If you're just starting out in a marriage, I mean, it's probably going to be hard to fix if your marriage is already on the go. But let me just put it this way. If you are starting a marriage right now, don't start out with secrets. That's a bad idea, Fernando. It is. And this is somebody who had a marriage with secrets. He has nothing, Loud Elvis. Absolutely nothing. He's wearing my first of all, I love this onesie that I can't wear anymore because I'm too fat. But he has literally nothing. He's a Barbie fucking flat situation down there.
6, for your preliminary hearing, you do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can review your application for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I'd like to hire my own attorney.
Okay. Do you know who that's going to be?
Probably Gail Maxwell.
Okay. All right. Well, just make sure that when and if you hire Mr. Maxwell, that he files an entry of appearance and he knows that you're.
Sorry. Clarification. Secrets are fine. Lies, less. I always go back to Outlander. There may be things I can't tell you at the moment, but I won't lie to you, or something of the sort. Oh, Jamie Fraser.
Your next court date is going to be on April the 26th, okay? All right. Do you have any questions?
No, not that I can think of.
Okay.
Is there a bond set? My bad. Is there no? There's no bond.
No bond, but if your case is not indicted within 90 days, you're entitled to a bond. So your attorney will know what motion to file, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you.
Go back in there.
I got news for you, William. Some cool wives let you fuck some of their friends. Probably not their mom, but like, yeah.
Is it Troy Holiday?
Ms. Holiday, you got to speak up just a little bit, okay? Because it's loud behind you. All right, Ms. Holiday, you were charged with one count of, I remember. You're charged with one count of obstruction of an officer, which is a misdemeanor. The bond is $1,000. You're also charged with one count of reckless conduct. I believe that's a misdemeanor as well. The bond is $4,000. So your total bond is $5,000. Now, you have a unique situation where I'm saying that you cannot have any contact with D'Alvarez Encalade or Uncalad. I don't know how you say his name, but I know you know who I mean. Do not have any contact with that person. You know, your situation is very unique in that this isn't a matter of family violence, but I don't know if that person is a bad influence on you, or maybe you're a bad influence on him, or y'all just don't get along together. But obviously something happened to where you got involved, and it's best if that person is not in your life. So do not have any contact with that person, okay? Your next court date is going to be on April the 25th. Now, if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or one can be appointed for you. What would you like to do? You got to speak up for me, okay?
Appointed for me.
Okay, thank you. Okay, all right, I will do that. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, good luck to you. Don't come back.
Don't you come back.
All right, what's your name?
Danielle Lake.
Okay. In just a moment, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Where's Larry?
I could have told you what we got.
I'm a horrible influence. I'm what you call a green stoplight, William.
But where
Ah, here we go.
I went straight from there to here. Yes, ma'am.
So Sheena, that's fine as long as we give the kids names that are not identifiable, but like we can call them like Dumbass 2, or I mean they could be less mean so that you won't get in trouble, but I require us to be able to really
All right,
hard
Miss
on
Lake,
kids.
I had your paperwork mixed in with another batch. All right, ma'am, you are charged with one misdemeanor count of hit and run, one misdemeanor count of following too closely,
This
and
guy
one
that I used to
misdemeanor
date had
offensive driving under the influence.
used Susie
On
as
the
the
hit and run,
shut judge.
excuse me, on the hit and
Yes,
run, the
excuse
bond is
you.
gonna be
I'm trying to speak. I used to date this guy, and Susie was the name he always used for the proverbial girl he was calling. He'd be like, I gotta call Susie. I'd be like, call fucking Susie up. Let's talk to Susie. Oh dear. I know you won't, Sashina. I just mean I can't deal with like some random kid. I need to be like, God damn it, dumbass Ricky or whatever we call him. Susie and Johnny, right? Susie and Johnny.
1,500. On the following too closely, the bond is 500, and on the driving under the influence, the bond is 3,000. So your total bond is $5,000 total. Okay. Your next court date is on April the 25th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or one can be reviewed to be appointed for you. What would you like to do?
I would like a court-appointed attorney, please.
Okay. All right, I will grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
I'm sorry.
Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions about your case?
Not right now, no, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, good luck to you, ma'am. Please don't come back.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
First and last name. First. and last name.
So, Asia Pierce.
All right, Ms. Pierce, give me just a moment. That's all your paperwork. All right, Ms.
Or maybe
Pierce,
it's
you
a
are
microphone
charged with
tattoo.
one count of simple battery family violence, which is a misdemeanor. I am going to set the bond at $2,500. Also, you do have a special condition to not have any contact with Sharif Hill. Also, do not go back to the 7021 Terra Boulevard location. It looks like you have a different address. So
go there.
you don't need to go back there. If for whatever reason you have any belongings there, you need to coordinate with the sheriff's department, which is marked on your bond form, to go and get your belongings, but you have to do it the proper way. Just don't show up, okay? Your next court date is on April the 25th. However, if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or one can be appointed for you. What would you like to do? I'm sorry? Okay, you just have to speak up for me, okay? Just like the last person, you speak very softly. I gotta make sure that I can hear you. Okay, all right, I will grant your request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions? Okay, all right, good luck to you.
Next. First and last name.
Janice Reed.
Okay. Ms. Reed, you are charged with criminal trespass, which is a misdemeanor. I'm going to grant a bond of $5,000. You do have a special condition to not go back onto that property at 7517 Terra Boulevard, which is the, let me see.
Isn't that where the last name was from?
Well, either way, just don't go back to that location,
Hi,
Miss Reed,
Georgia.
and you won't find yourself back here. You can go anywhere in the world.
My social security check goes there and went there yesterday.
Oh, I see. Well, then
Invited me back. I'm not there now. I don't have any other reason to go back.
I got you. Okay. Well, as long as you don't go there, you're good, Miss Reed. And contact the Social Security office, make sure they send your check elsewhere. And if you need to go pick it up, I'm gonna put on here, if you need to go pick that check up,
I do.
coordinate with the sheriff's department, okay? Don't just show up there on your own. You got to go with the deputy, okay? So they make sure that you're safe and everyone there is safe. And then you won't have any reason to go back, okay? But you got to do it the right way. Now, your next court date is on April the 25th, but if you bond out, you don't have to go to that court date. You have the right to hire your own attorney or one can be appointed for you. What would you like to do?
Have it appointed for me. I have Attorney Yeager now from a former case.
Okay, I got you.
Yeager have it.
All right, I'm going to grant that request for a court-appointed attorney. Do you have any questions?
Is Attorney Yeager gonna be handling it?
That I don't know. I don't control that, but they'll get you somebody. Usually, sometimes it's the same. Most of the time, it's the same person, but I can't guarantee that.
Okay, now how do I bond out?
So you either have to pay the sheriff's office directly, or you have to go through a bonding company.
Okay, how much is it?
All right,
How much is it?
$5,000.
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, Miss Reed.
That's a high bond.
Shalonda, you're
He's done less for DUI.
All right, Miss Walker, give me just a moment. There we go.
Check is
All
spelled
right, ma'am, you are charged with one
CHEQUE.
count of, it's like battery. That is a misdemeanor. I am gonna set a bond of $2,000, okay? Now, you do have a special condition to not have any contact with Minika Brown. Now, it's my understanding. How old is Miss Brown?
29.
Oh, okay, so she's grown. Got it. All right, well, anyway, don't have any contact with Miss Brown. Also, do not go back to the 1132 Gaines Street address, just like I told everyone else you may have heard. If you need to get your belongings.
It is CHQUE. And in Canada, checking account is also spelled CHEQUING. And of course, I worked at a bank. So, like, the average person might see the word check not written very often, but I saw check written a lot. That's how it's spelled. Every time y'all say it, I'm like, it's not right. And think about it. 2 words. 2 spellings for 2 words. Katie, no, nothing yet. We'll see. Checking, savings. There goes my phone.
Then I'm putting on the bond sheet that you can go and get your stuff, but you can't just show up on your own. You have to coordinate it through the sheriff's office, okay? Now, I know that's not a popular thing to tell someone, and you're going to tell me that you live there and it's your house and you have a right to be there and that person doesn't, or just give me a second. Either way, I don't have a way to investigate whether whatever you're going to tell me is true or not. I don't know, okay? If that person doesn't live there and you do, you need to have your lawyer change this immediately. But you telling me they don't live there, I don't know if you're telling me the truth or not. So I can't go based on, I wish I could a lot of times. I think I'm a pretty decent judge of character. But I can't. I wouldn't be doing my job, and it's not personal to anyone. I've had this conversation hundreds of times, okay? But when you contact your lawyer, either hire your own or through the court-appointed attorneys, and get them to change it ASAP, so that way you can, if that person doesn't live there, then the only thing you got to do is avoid them, but you can go and get your stuff, okay? I know it's difficult. I know sometimes it's not fair, but I'm limited in what I can do, okay? Now, your next court date is on April the 25th, but if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire an attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
Point one.
Okay. All right. I will do that. I don't know if you're familiar with downtown Jonesboro, but typically the people who handle misdemeanors, the public defender's office is called Lister and Holt. They're in downtown Jonesboro. You may want to drop by there, and it's going to take a while to get your paperwork over there. So I say today's Tuesday, maybe like Thursday or Friday, and just let them know who you are and your situation if you want to get this changed. And hopefully somebody there can help you out. Okay. Now, with that being said, do you have any questions?
Even if, I get that change for her, I still have her kids that I take care of. So would the kids have to?
You don't have a stay away provision from the children. I can't give you legal advice, but I have seen people get very creative when it comes from taking children and then getting them to another person. A lot of times they use a friend or a family member to kind of help that transition happen. Okay. But, the only thing I can tell you is just don't have any contact with that person. I know that it's difficult, but it's for your own good and for their own good as well. Okay. All right. Any other questions? All right. Good luck to you. That's all the females that I have. Is that correct?
No, we have two more.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I'll put their names in a different stack. All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Alexis Washington.
Oh, okay. I recognize
Look at
that
her
name.
nails. Oh my God.
There we go.
I love getting my nails done, but they are so short. I keep them literally, you can't even see them over my fingers.
All right, Miss
when I have acrylics.
Washington. All right. Miss Washington, you were charged with one count of criminal trespass, damage to property. Let me see if that's the misdemeanor or the felony version.
Dismiss it, Judge. Come on. Also, hi, Hector.
Misdemeanor, the bond is $2,500. You're also charged with 2 counts of battery, physical contact. Both of them misdemeanors. The bond is $2,500 for each. So your total bond is $7,500. Okay. Now you do have some special conditions of your bond to not have any contact with Anastasia Felton and Nolan Felton. Okay. So they just don't have any contact with them. Also, do not go back to 6511 Mill Court in Morrow. It looks like you have a different address anyway, so you don't need to go back there. If for whatever reason you need to get your items, I am putting on here that you can go with the sheriff's department to get your stuff, okay? But don't just show up on your own. Your next court date is going to be on April the 25th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or one can be appointed for you if you qualify. What would you like to do?
Have one appointed.
Okay, give me just a moment. I wrote on here. All right. All right, I will do that. Do you have any questions about your case?
Yes. Do I have to just stay away from that specific address or the whole neighborhood?
Just that specific address. Yeah, so, I mean, look, you play a dangerous game when you show up at the neighbor's house, right? Because it's so close. But I mean, the only issue is that particular address, okay? All right. Anything else? All right. Good luck to you.
That sounds sneaky. What about the neighbor's house? Can I go there?
First and last name.
Sandra K. Harrell.
Okay, hold on a second.
Hold on, did we see her already?
What's the last name?
Harrell.
Hold on.
Also, y'all, I have to step in here for one quick second about the conversation that's happening in the chat because that I used to run a mommy group when I was off when my first and only daughter was born. And there was dads in that group as well. And it was actually always very odd to me if somebody raised those concerns sort of out of the blue about diaper changes by a dad, like very odd. That's something that I would encourage all dads and and men to learn how to do and help out in their kids' lives. I think that, however, you know, there is a learning curve and there is but I mean, it's basically just parenting. Like, this is the hard thing. It's the difference between like watching a child and parenting them. But you have to change a diaper. I mean, when my daughter was first born, and this might be TMI, but I don't think it is, um, there was blood in her diaper. And I was, of course, aghast at this and went to the doctor right away and was explained that she actually, through my breastfeeding hormones, had basically had a mini menstrual cycle, and that it was totally normal and it was okay and all these different things, but the things you never know, right? And even I had to go to the doctor and figure that out. I didn't know that. And so it's a team effort when you are new parents or you call the nanny. Yeah. But on the other hand, like, I weirdly was just talking about this earlier, but like um, and William, that's so important. This is something you need to teach men, and that we teach little girls about wiping from front to back. And if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense when you realize that the vagina and the vaginal, well, you don't see the vagina for the most part. You see the labia. But what we consider the vagina or the genitals are quite open to the body. And so that's why hygiene is so important for girls to learn to not only wipe from front to back, but also and I always taught my daughter this, like, um, when you go pee, and then you stand up and you shake a little bit, and then you go back down and go pee again, and that clears out the last little bit of pee in your whatever. But and now I have a bidet, and I love a bidet. Super great. I mean, that would solve all of our problems here. But honestly, if you didn't know that, though, it wouldn't make sense, because as a man, you don't have an opening where bacteria can get in as easily. The tip of your penis, yes, but that's quite far away from any, number 2 activity. And so it is important. Harmony, we're talking about wiping girls from front to back, because in the chat we're talking about it. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what it is. Yeah. I never had a boy, so I don't know all of them. What if you're dyslexic? Back to front, okay then? No, Elvis, it is not. You're gonna have to turn upside down or something. Also, I will leave you with this. When my daughter used to have a blowout, what you'd call a blowout, I used to call those bathable offenses, where it was so bad that it was just an immediate bath. There was no point in trying to clean it. It was a bathable offense. Straight into the bath. I do that. I used to do. I don't anymore. I mean, she's 15 years old, quite obviously. But you know, absolutely easier to hold them down. That's when it escapes the diaper. And something you should also know if you have young babies is the back of the diaper. You'll notice if you take it out, there's actually a weird little like slot. And if you open that up a little bit and sort of open it, that is actually meant to keep the poop from coming out the back. Also, remember I ran the mommy and daddy group, and there was some ultra hippies, and they did what's called evacuation training, or copper bowl training. So from the day the baby was born, there was no diapers. They used a copper bowl that they would follow the baby around. So at the beginning, what they would do is anytime the baby would go to the bathroom, they would make a sound. They would do like a sound for peeing and then a different sound for pooping and hold them over a copper bowl. And eventually I mean, within a couple of weeks, they literally had these babies trained to go pee in the copper bowl when they made the sound. So instead, the babies never wore diapers. They would just, on a regular schedule, like hold out the bowl and then the baby would pee. And these were I also dealt with some parents who did not detach the placenta upon birth. They actually let the placenta stay attached and detach naturally, and they would carry it around in a little placenta bag for like 10 days. That one was very weird too. I'm like, I don't think I want to hold the baby yet. No. Good. Okay, let's watch a little more court.
Give me just a second. I need to find you on my list. I'll be right back. Hold on.
I told you, I live in Hippieville, USA, except it's Canada. I live in like the hippie town of Canada.
Your Honor, her first name is gonna be Sandra, middle name is gonna be Kay, and then her last name is gonna be Heron, but it looked like it may be pronounced Heron, Herron.
Oh, I see it. Okay, got it.
Yes,
Hey. All right, Miss Heron, give me a second. I see it. Got it.
That's tough, Beverly. That's really tough.
All right, Miss Heron, you are charged with one misdemeanor count of criminal trespass. The bond is $3,000. You do have a special condition of your bond to not go back to 335 Upper Riverdale Road, which is the Coin Laundry. So just don't go back to that location, okay? Your next court date is on April the 25th. And if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or one can be appointed for you. What would you like to do? Do you want to hire your own attorney, or do you want a court-appointed attorney?
No, I don't.
Huh?
I said I don't.
You don't what?
You just asked for it.
Okay, my question is, what do you want to do about a lawyer?
You told me to stay away from James Riverdale. I wasn't in Riverdale.
All right. Listen, my question to you is, do you want to hire your own lawyer or do you want me to appoint you a lawyer? What do you want to do?
He's asking if you want a lawyer, you want him to appoint you one.
I'm not going lawyer, I guess so, appointment one.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna do that. All right, anything else? All
That's
right.
it. That's it for the females, Your Honor.
Okay, very good. We got it.
Stand right here, say your first and last name.
How you doing? My name is Lamar Bailey.
All right, give me just.
Doesn't it seem like no, Elvis, real hippies can afford Vancouver Island, but they've been here forever. And they raised other hippies. Actually, I also stayed on Hornby Island. You look that up. That's 2 ferries away from this island. We lived in a West Valley van. That was quite a summer. This guy sounds like he's on a reluctant dating show. Listen to him, like the guards say your name, and then listen to him introduce himself. It's just, it reminds me of like, because I titled it "Want to Go on a Date with Me," like as if he's like being forced for this, like, hello, my name is so and so. I'm 39. I have 6 felonies, and I have 14 failures to appear.
Got it.
Stand right here, say your first and last name.
How you doing? My name is Lamar Bailey.
All right, give me just a moment. All right, give me that name one more time.
My name is Lamar Bailey.
Oh, Baylor, okay. Give me just a second.
Because they are fitted
I don't know
sheets.
why I have you not at the very beginning.
Larry Beaver, we will
I've got your
always
paperwork,
miss
Mr. Bailey. Just
you.
give me just a second, okay?
Always miss you.
Need to find it.
Always miss you. What's the worst date I've ever been on? It's a good question. I'll think of it. Oh, probably the journal thief. I've told that story. Journal thief.
Stand up straight. Phillips.
Hold on a second.
Larry Beaver is in rehab at the moment.
I've got your paperwork here somewhere. Mr. Bailey, hold tight with me. Let me go through these other people. As I process them, I'm gonna get to yours. I can't find your paperwork, but I know it's here because I marked it, but I had it. Hold tight for me, okay?
All right, step back.
I just got to go through everybody else, man. We had a lot of people on today. Hopefully, what's your name?
Here, Brown.
Okay. Wait a minute. Carrie. Okay. You, I do have. All right. Mr. Brown.
Yes, sir.
With one count, violation of Georgia Controlled Substances Act, the felony version, the bond is $3,000. Your next court date is going to be on April the 26th, but if you bond out, you do not have to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What do you want to do?
I would I'd like to take a court appointed one, Your Honor.
Okie dokie, I will do that for you. Do you have any questions, Mr. Brown?
No, sir.
I love saying okie dokie In fact, I write okie dokie a lot. I spell it OKEY hyphen DOKEY. Yeah.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Okay.
All right.
The judge said you'll, do him.
All right, what's your name?
Sean Billop, both.
All right, Mr. Billups, good deal. I've got you as well.
Go back to 7. You go back to 7.
All right, Mr. Billups, you are charged with one count of, there's a lot of people on this particular case. All right, well, I'm dismissing the case against you. I don't know who the victim is. Now, that sounds like a good thing to you, correct? Just know that they can bring the charges back. I'm not saying that they will. I'm not saying that they won't. I have no idea, but I don't know who you allegedly got into a fight with, so I'm dismissing it. Okay? You may see these charges again. Okay? All right, you got any questions? All right, good luck to you. Don't get any more trouble while you're there, sir.
Yeah.
Big D. Love it.
What's your name?
Carter,
I've got a couple of Carters. What's your first name?
Yvonne Carter, EAVON.
I got you, Mr. Carter. All right. Mr. Carter, you are charged with,
Never mind. I gotta stop saying all of my ideas out loud every time because some of them are so funny and I'm just gonna execute them. Lisa, you dated a guy once, perfect gentleman, good driver, excellent job, wonderful hygiene. First time we went out to dinner, he chewed loud and talked with food in his mouth, so you had to cut him loose. I feel very seen right now. I try my best to not be a loud chewer. I don't get it. Maybe that's my toxic shame. Now we freezing up shit. Okay, let's just keep watching until it breaks. Come on, dude, please.
another incident at the jail, but yours is a little bit more severe. You were charged with aggravated assault, felony, riot in a penal institution. I think that's a felony, and then inmate in possession of contraband, essentially, which is a felony. I'm not going to grant a bond on any of those charges. So your next court date is on April the 26th. You do have the right to hire an attorney or one can be appointed for you. What would you like to do?
You can give me a lawyer until I get one. I'll get one.
Okay, that's fine.
No, I do not eat with my mouth open. I've learned.
Aggravated assault, rioting, and inmate in possession of contraband or giving an inmate contraband. All right, do you have any questions? All right, good luck to you.
Give us 1 second.
I'll just say that in person, I've been shot glances across the way about my cereal eating. I live in a bubble, okay? My life is in a bit of a bubble, and I have to put myself in other people's shoes more. And that's what I do now. When I eat loud cereals, I'm really, really self-conscious about it now. I'm worried about it. Sometimes I just get cereal and eat it by myself, as loud as I want. Of course, maybe that's what caused me to have my parasomnia disorder of sleep eating, which I do on a semi-regular basis, eat in my sleep. One time I woke up after eating a cake. Oh, I was so mad that the cake was like gone, that I was so mad. I also sort of like food during sex a little bit, but shh.
Chamber.
Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, somebody suggested the other day that do I cook in my sleep? I've definitely opened products up and assembled things, but I've never, thank God, because I have a gas stove. Yeah, I shouldn't even say that. Sauces. I really like sauces. When I want to eat something and I'm like really into eating it, and I'm also into a person, I'll be like, I would like to eat this off of you. Okay, William, say it.
You're gonna look right here into this monitor. The judge is coming on.
What the fuck is happening here?
All right, what's your name, sir?
Henry Chambers.
All right, Mr. Chambers, you are charged with 1 count of simple battery. I am going to grant a bond. It is a misdemeanor. The bond is $4,000. Also, do not have any contact with Mr. Nasruddin Kampala, and do not return back to 6125 Old Dixie Road in Jonesboro. All right. Your next court date is on April the 25th. But if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date.
Tuna to tack.
You have the right to hire your own attorney or one can be appointed for you. What would you like to do?
I'm veteran, sir, on fixed income.
I'm sorry?
I'm a United States veteran, I'm on fixed income.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to appoint you a court-appointed attorney, but I'm gonna put on your paperwork, because we do have some services for veterans. I'm gonna put that on there and mark it for you, okay?
Do you have veterans court, sir?
We do, so that's what I'm putting on. Now, I don't know if you qualify or not, but I'm putting it on the paperwork so they'll flag it, okay?
All right, sir.
Thank you, Judge Nagel. He is so diligent about that, and I appreciate that, even as a Canadian. But I know how important service members are to you guys as Americans. And I think that you would all agree that people that have served in your military may deserve some extra services if they can be identified at the right time. But I don't always hear every judge talk about that, and maybe they don't all need to talk about it, but Judge Nagel does on a very regular basis, and he ensures, like, and I bet his paperwork's in line. I bet he has a stamp for like veterans or something, like that he can maybe stamp it and make it work. Also, William, ask your question. Because we're not staying
All right,
here
do you have
all
any other
night.
questions?
You already saw me get a movie.
All right, good luck to you. All right. 1 moment, guys.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Interesting question. I mean, more interesting hairstyle. Let's go with that to begin with, as we both sport. I can't even see the screen right now. I don't know how he can. Do I feel the need to be extra flirty? Let me just flip my hair back here and double check what you said again. To be extra flirty because you feel it's what gives me worth. Well, yes and no. I'm not extra flirty. In fact, this isn't extra at all. This is toned down me. And so no, not really. I know that I am flirtatious and sensual by nature, and that's just how it comes across to a lot of people. But I'm not, like, people think this is an act. A lot of the time they must imagine that, or some people do tell me that they think I act differently when I'm off the camera versus on. And unfortunately for me, that's not true. I am even more me. In fact, I used to go to jobs like work and no, and I don't, you're not, it's a good question. I'm just answering it truthfully. I am not any extra flirtier than I would normally be, nor do I value that part of myself more than other parts. I think it's valuable and helpful to me in a lot of ways, but I come on here sometimes, not lately. Lately, I've been very good about doing my makeup, but I used to come on quite a bit without makeup on and really not even camera ready. But yeah, I sometimes I wish that this was an act because people come in, they'll be like, "Wow, you're too much," and they'll leave after, 20 minutes or 30 or whatever, which to me is still great. But what I always like to point out is like, yeah, but I live with that 24/7, like all day long. The shit that I spit out, it's always flowing in my mind and how it works. And, you know, I I guess part of it is that I don't drink very much, so I'm very confident even in person. Like, I'm so loud. Y'all haven't even heard it. When I go to a meetup in Florida, I'll yell so loud and y'all be able to hear. But I'm very confident in my abilities to mitigate a situation. Like, just because I flirt with people doesn't mean that anybody's entitled to anything but what I give them. And I'm very comfortable with what I give out to people. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about, like, there are worse things I could do. Like that song, right? Anyways, and honestly, I enjoy looking at myself. I've said this before. I'm pretty vain. I love looking at myself. I like it. So I'm on the big screen here too, as much as he is. And I prefer my hair over his hair today, to be honest. But I appreciate the question, William. It's a good question. I would say 15 years ago, what you would have found of me was that I wasn't flirty and I was much more reserved because I had no confidence. Florida is the end of September. I think the 26th is what Mikey keeps saying. I've never been to Hooters either. I just have one in my house apparently. September 26th, I'll be in Florida 15 years ago. What? Melanie will be on soon. She says hi. Good, jump in. Oh, I do, and I appreciate that, William. Thank you. Again, I'm a little bit full of myself sometimes, and so even though I've never been to university and I failed high school, and we've talked about my lucky graduation, um, I know I'm pretty smart. I just do. I may not be book smart in the same way that some people are, but I am pretty smart. Like my last job was working for the Attorney General's office. Again, I don't have no degree, but I do good work. So, um, yeah, I have a lot of confidence in myself, probably to a fault. Hooters food sucks. Yeah, except for the milk, right?
Comes back, see the person last.
That's been a DJ in a minute.
Put an F by his name because. Alizé.
Did you? Ain't not the liquor, did you? But it's new sheriff or something?
Now, how come he has buttons and everybody else has the little sheets?
All right, what's your name, sir?
How does they call you?
All right. All right, Mr. Collier.
Mhm.
Oh, you were here with one of the other gentlemen. I'm dismissing the case against you. Now, I don't know if you heard what I said. They could bring these charges back. I don't know who the victim is. They didn't put one, which is a very easy fix. So maybe they bring them back, maybe they don't. But do you have any questions?
No, sir. Hell no. I mean, no.
Okay, all right. Good luck to you. Don't get any more trouble.
First and last name.
We got a big D.
Frederick Collins.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Frederick Collins.
Mr. Collins? All right, sir. You were charged with one misdemeanor count of defective equipment. The bond is $500. One count of a stop sign or yield violation. The bond is $500. One count of no insurance. The bond is $1,000. And then one count of suspended registration. The bond is $1,000. So your total bond is $3,000. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Your next court date is on April the 25th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have a right to hire your own attorney or have a court-appointed attorney. I know these are just traffic citations, but they still carry $1,000 or 1 year in jail for each count. So what do you want to do about an attorney?
I need an attorney.
I'm sorry?
I need an attorney.
Okay, court-appointed attorney. All right.
Okay, you say, but I can burn out on this?
Yeah, if you can make your bond, yes. Yeah, your bond is 3,000. Okay, so somewhere between 10 and 20%. Any other questions?
No, sir, that'd be all.
Okay, all right, Mr. Collins, make sure you get your vehicles taken care of so you don't come back.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Beauty and food can mix if you also have a shower or plastic sheet.
All right, what's your name?
Night.
Ira Cummings.
All right, Mr. Cummings, you were charged with one count of I guess it's going through the line or something. I guess at a MARTA station. Anyway, the bond is $1,000. Are you gonna be able to make that?
No. No, sir.
You're not able to make that?
Judge, he skipped the line at the fucking bus station. What are they doing? It has to be served on a sumo wrestler, Courtney. That's fucking hilarious. Again, the people I eat food off of are very specific people. It doesn't even have to be hot people. It has to be people I am interested in having sex with. That is the way my brain works. It's not like, oh, I love eating sushi off naked people so much. No, it has nothing to do with that. It's, do I want sushi right now? Do I also want to fuck you? I'm going to talk about sushi and fucking you at the same time. You've never had sushi, Vicky? Wow. Holy moly. I love tuna tataki. It's like if I could go get that right now, I would. I can't. I don't think. We'll check.
Okay, well, I can't go any lower than that. I mean, I don't have it. If I go any lower than that, then a bonding company is not even going to do it because it's not worth their time. Your next court date is on April the 25th. But if you bond out, you don't have to appear for that court date. Do you have the right to hire your own attorney or have a court-appointed attorney? What would you like to do?
How do I get I just want the video.
That's what
your lawyer's
gonna do.
Yeah,
That's
because
not,
it knows that I paid my fee.
here's the thing.
Everything.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not saying that you did or didn't. This isn't your trial. Remember what I said at the beginning.
You give me $1,000 bond on thing. I
That-
don't understand that. I paid it. I paid
Listen,
it, man.
listen, you're only gonna, hey, Mr. Cummings, pay attention. You're only gonna get yourself in more trouble if you start yelling at the deputies and yelling at me and things like that. I understand you're frustrated. I'm not making a judgment character against you. I'm not saying you did it. I'm not saying you didn't do it. I'm just going by what I have in front of me, man. I'm doing my job just like you have a job. So listen, don't get yourself in more trouble. Relax. All right, just relax. That's all you got to do. If you didn't do it and you can get yourself together with an attorney and you can fight these charges, then fight the charges, but don't fight with us. That's going to be worse. So my question to you is, don't talk over me when I'm talking. Don't talk when I'm talking, right? My question to you is, do you want to hire your own attorney?
Listen, if the time got right at a wedding or some sort of event, and I was like into somebody and there was a chocolate waterfall and there was nobody else left, that might be happening too. Also, if you don't like sushi, that might be because you're not eating fresh enough sushi. I really, really, really recommend, like, I live on the ocean, so there, I probably wouldn't eat sushi if you're landlocked. Maybe do that on like a vacation. Also, I love ponzu sauce too. It's like sauce. No, it doesn't have to be anybody special at the wedding. It only has to be the one person that I want to be with. Believe me, William, when you're that one person, you will feel very special. If I have decided to ask you to come eat with me.
Or do you want for me to appoint you one?
Yeah, I'm appointing one.
Okay. All right. All the frustration that you have and all the evidence that you want, talk to them about it. Okay? Any other questions?
Reality, William? I've been to 2 weddings and one was mine. So it's not actually something that happens very often.
All right. Good luck to you.
Come on, man. No, look.
I'll go home hungry, William, rather than take yucky food. Let's put it out.
All right. What's your name, sir? Speak up for me. All right. All right, sir. You and one of your co-defendants, I spoke to him earlier. You were charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, felony aggravated assault, inmate in possession or giving inmate possession of contraband, and then rioting. I'm not going to grant a bond on any of the charges. So your next court date is going to be April the 26th. You do have the right to hire your own attorney, or I can appoint one for you. What would you like to do?
At this time, I would want to appoint one
Okay,
Hi, Mayor.
until I get in touch with my lawyer.
that's fine. I will go ahead and do that for you. Do you have any questions? Okay, all right, good luck to you. I have Mr. Bailey's paperwork.
He found the paperwork, y'all. After Mr. Bailey, we're going.
I have
That'll
Mr.
be
Bailey.
it. I'm sorry.
Mr. Bailey?
Yes. He was the first one.
I'll be doing a Sunday brunch stream tomorrow, though. I'm going to be cooking bacon and then maybe a casserole in the morning from a new kitchen. Well, another kitchen, not from here.
You gonna stay right at that monitor?
No, it'll be tomorrow morning. I'm doing a brunch stream. I'll schedule it after I get off of this live.
Lamar Billington.
All right, Mr. Bailey, I've got your paperwork. It was mixed in with someone else's. You were charged with one count of theft by taking motor vehicle, which is a felony. I am going to set a bond at $5,000. You do have a special condition to not have any contact with Chandra Griffin. Now, you may not even know who that is, which is fine. Also, do not go back to the location of 11866 Hastings Bridge Road in Lovejoy. Don't go back to that location, okay? Your next court date is going to be on April the 26th, but if you bond out, you do not need to appear for that court date. You do have the right to hire your own attorney or be considered for a court-appointed attorney. What would you like to do?
I would like to have a court appointed lawyer.
Okay, that's fine. Are you currently employed?
Yes.
Do you have any children?
Yeah.
How many?
12.
How many kids do you have? There's a delay. Give me how many?
4.
4. Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. How many of them are younger than 18?
All of them.
Got it. Are you married or not married?
No, sir. I'm married.
Okay. Have you ever served in the military before?
No, sir.
Okay. And then approximately how much do you make per month?
Anywhere between, I would say 32, 3,500.
Okay. All right, then I will go ahead and then I'm going to put that you agreed on Zoom for me to do this. All right, I will go ahead and grant that request. Do you have any questions about your case?
No, sir. Just, I guess that's about it.
Okay, all right, good luck to you.
Okay, guys, hold on. Let me get back to the big camera here. Because this is a long docket and we're not doing the whole thing. We are stopping for the evening. I know it's a bit of a short one, just an hour and a half today, but that is because tomorrow morning I am going to make us some delicious. What did I make? What am I going to make? Delicious breakfast. I'm like reading the chat. You got to send KCC a profile packet, so she got all the dirt on you. William, I was like, did you send me this? I know somebody sent me this in the mail. Along with Fernando. Actually, I know who sent this. 8 packs. No, I will do it, Sushina. It'll be on for tonight. I'm leaving here. Afix is the culprit. I'm leaving here. I'm gonna pack up my shit. I am sort of squatting in somebody's basement. Not squatting, I pay. They will be selling the house soon. Regardless if this is where I brought my daughter home to or not. Anyways, that is a problem for another day. I am going to Houston next week, y'all. I will be arriving on Wednesday night, Thursday morning, and staying until Sunday. So I just may put together a little get together if some people want to come have dinner or something with me. Um, I have no clue the time it takes to get there from anywhere else, but I will be there for that weekend and I will have a little bit of time. So, um, I am always taking over people's homes. I have done many kitchens. Do I have plans for after the house is sold? I do not have plans. And tomorrow, Vicky, I think we should plan it for a 10 a.m. Pacific. 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m. Eastern. No, Jonathan, I'm not saying I don't know that Texas is huge. What I'm saying is I'm going to be in Houston and I'm not going anywhere. But if people want to come somewhere in Houston, that I will do. But I don't, you know what I mean? Kenny and Ziggy's Deli in Houston, Courtney. Can you message me that on Discord so I don't forget? Oh, that's 520 miles. That's far away. Pretty far. But I'm also trying, ah, stranger danger. I'm so loud. And I am going to visit Buc-ee's. I will be making sure of that. And I will be careful of the heat. I got sun yesterday. That's why I was super hot. Like you can see on my chest that I'm quite red. It's because I walked about 8 kilometers yesterday. So, okay, you guys, tamales. Oh, I will be vlogging. I will absolutely vlog the trip. Weed is not legal in Texas. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. That's why I'm only going for a short number of days. And I'm working on it legally. Delta 8, ugh, but we'll see. I know, you guys are so great. I love y'all. Like, don't get arrested. I won't. I got married in Texas. No, I got married in Texas. Weed's not legal in Florida either. I know. I can last. Over 100 degrees. That's like 37 degrees. Temp deprived. Oh my God. I'm not going to talk about any of my things. Exactly, just like Chicago, Jonathan. Just like Chicago, baby. Walking around downtown Chicago 3 o'clock in the morning, like trying to buy drugs. Allegedly, someone who isn't me, in my opinion. You guys, I love you. I will go ahead and schedule the live for tomorrow right after this so that you know, and you can even go hang out there if you want, okay? I love you very much. I will talk to you soon. Bye. I didn't book a ticket for Larry. He's gonna be so mad.